Okay, everybody, stop. Hold the presses. Let me pull you back with this one, okay? I'm taking a step back from my previous couple episodes, my previous several episodes. Today, we're going to take it more casual, okay? We're going to take it a little more casual. My PlayStation is already in airplane, so I'm just going to close the cabinet on that and let it get on with it. There's always going to be that background noise in the background, unfortunately. I just think there's something wrong with the console. But okay, so I've gotten a bit tired of the stale nature of my commentary over the last few episodes. It feels stale to me. I don't know if it feels stale to anybody else, but I just want to talk about something specific for once. Yeah, and there's a topic that has come up in the last couple of days that I think would be interesting to talk about. But first, I need to... Okay, right, there is no waypoint for the Augur of Dunlain, but I do remember that there is supposed to be a hatch around here that we go into. There he is. There it is. Why is there no waypoint over you? Seriously. Ridiculous bastard. Alright. Well, yeah, so I was watching, what was it? There was a video that got recommended to me yesterday. It was quite a few, actually. I went down a rabbit hole. But I ended up at a video which was from a couple of months ago where it had some of the devs of Banjo-Kazooie watching someone from some gaming company or some gaming magazine play Banjo-Kazooie while they talked about its creation, because this year is its 25th anniversary. And at one point, no, not Steve Mails, Greg Mails? God. Fucking Grant Kirkhope, Jesus. He at one point turns around and says, like, no one would want a Banjo-Kazooie game. And that's really like I feel that. Like, that hits me hard, you know, because it doesn't make any sense to me, that comment. And in fact, a video got recommended to me immediately afterwards, which was someone talking about that comment, basically saying that, yeah, that's stupid. That's the most ridiculous thing ever. Like, how is that even, like... How is that even relevant? Oh my god, wow. Okay, that was a hell of an arrow. Alright. I need to change my arrows, because that's a waste of fire arrows right there. Hold on. Weapons. Change to ancient Nord arrows. There we go. Yeah, so, I don't know. Like, I was sitting in my bed last night, right, thinking about it. And I had this whole thing pop into my head, right? This whole conversation, this whole rant about why that's bullshit. Like, Banjo-Kazooie is one of the most popular platformers of all time. Like, there's not even any debate around that. When it comes to 3D platformers, Banjo-Kazooie is one of the iconic platformers. It pretty much, next to Mario 64, stands as a testament to what the genre could accomplish. And, well, Mario 64 was only the start. You know, and what gets me, I think, is that Mario 64, right, went on to become this massive franchise, right? I'm not just talking about the Mario franchise, I'm talking about the 3D side of it. Once the first 3D Mario was made, Mario 64, they went on to make Sunshine, and then they made Galaxy, and then they made Galaxy 2, and now they've made Odyssey. You know, Mario has had a lot more platformers than, or 3D platformers than Banjo has had. And it feels, I don't know, it just feels kind of... It feels like that's not how it should be. You know, Banjo-Kazooie should have deserved better. Because I don't think that Banjo 3 is... I don't think Banjo 3 is not doable. I think, in this day and age especially, like, people love the Banjo-Kazooie games. And they love 3D platformers. And I just can't understand why anyone, including Grant Kirkhope, or any of the other devs for that matter, would think otherwise. Like, why in the world would you turn around and say, no, that there's no market for another Banjo game? What do you fucking mean? What do you mean there's no market for a Banjo game? Of course there is. What the fuck? People are still talking about Banjo-Kazooie fondly after 25 years, and you think there's no audience. Banjo gets included in Smash, and it's one of the biggest reveals of the entire Smash lineup, and you think there's no audience. There's an entire generation of people who grew up with Banjo who would love to see another Banjo game, and there's an entire generation of kids who I'm sure would absolutely love to play a Banjo game as their first platformer, and if it was a new Banjo game, that would be great. You know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with them going back and playing the classic Banjos, but it'd be great if modern kids could get a Banjo game on a modern console. You know, it's just kind of sad. The whole thing is just kind of sad that they think that there's no audience, and it's really upset me actually. You know, because I love Banjo-Kazooie. It's one of those once in a lifetime games where every once in a while a game comes along that just absolutely changes things up, right? And Mario 64 may have been the start of the 3D platformer genre, but Banjo-Kazooie almost perfected it within a few years, and then it went on from there and just kind of dipped for a number of years, and 3D platformers just weren't very popular. And now they've made a massive comeback in the last half a decade, and they still seem to think that there's no market. Like on its 20th anniversary 5 years ago, right? When they announced Yooka-Laylee, I remember them saying the same thing, that there was no market for banjo games, right? And maybe at that point there wasn't particularly. I mean, I'm not gonna like defend that point, because at the end of the day, Banjo-Kazooie has always had a market. But the idea that, like, after another 5 years, when there's been multiple 3D platformers released that have been super fucking popular and have reignited the genre, when games like Spyro and Crash are getting comebacks, and Sonic has had a massive comeback, and Mario is still going strong, how in the world could anyone think that no one wants a banjo game? I mean, God, it's absolutely doing my head in. Like, I can't handle it. I can't handle the idea that they genuinely think that there's no market for banjo. Like, God, fucking swear, man. Right, okay, look. I think I'm done with my rant, my Banjo-Kazooie rant, okay? Because at the end of the day, there's nothing more to say about it. I'm just upset that they think there's no market for another banjo game. I think there's loads of companies out there that would love to make a banjo game. I think there's lots of people who grew up with banjo, who played banjo when it came out, who are now grown adults in the gaming industry, who would absolutely love to get their hands on and work on a banjo game, to be able to make the banjo game that they envisioned as Banjo 3E, you know, even if the Rareware devs aren't the ones to do it, because to be fair, the people who worked on Banjo don't work at Rare anymore, so it would be better to hand it off to other people who maybe, you know, wouldn't mind partnering up with some of the old devs, even giving it to Playtonic, you know, although I don't know about that, because Yooka-Laylee wasn't the best, but maybe they've learned, who knows. Anyway, let me give up my banjo rant for now, okay? Because I want to talk about something else that's going on at the moment. Hold on, if I can kill this spider here. Oh, what the fuck? There we go. All right, you're dead. You're dead. Frostbite venom. Can I apply frostbite venom to a bow? I'm pretty sure you can apply frostbite venom to a venom. Venom. Fucking frostbite venom. There we go. Apply that to the orcish bow. Hopefully that'll do a little extra damage. Because I think when you apply frostbite, I always thought this, when you apply frostbite venom. Fuck, you know, I said it again. When you apply frostbite venom to to a bow, I'm pretty sure it applies it to the arrows. So I don't know. That's what I always thought. Anyway, oh, for fuck's sake, this fucking, oh god. All right, hold on, wait. Can I? Where's my weapons? Where's my weapons? Where are they? Where are they? All right, axe. I gotta fucking chop this motherfucker out of the way. Get out of here! Get out of here! I gotta come through here. I gotta come through here. I gotta come through. I've got to be close to the Augur of Dunlain at this point, right? I am pretty fucking sure. To some oh god, no, this is the wrong area again, isn't it? The Augur of Dunlain isn't here. This is the fucking weird hand. Oh my god, this fucking weird shit. I remember this. There's a whole treasure map quest to do with this thing. It's actually kind of cool, to be honest. What's through this door? Oh, a skeleton. Great. Fuck off, you dumbass skeleton. Fuck you. Get out of here. Okay. God, I am lost in the midden right now. I could swear, right, there was supposed to be a waypoint. I've been led. It was insisted. I'm making it dangerous. I should deal with. I speak with the Augur of Dunlain. I should ask my fellow members. Oh, I was supposed to ask people where to find him. Well, hold on. Maybe I can skip over that anyway. Like, if I actually do find him, maybe I can skip over that. Although I am kind of worried now that he won't even spawn if I don't actually do the part of the quest that makes him spawn. or maybe I'm thinking there's a part of the quest that makes him spawn. I don't know, I'm worried. Ah, yeah, okay, good. Fucking fantastic. Oh, thank God for that. I skipped over talking to NPCs. Whoa! Alright, so the other thing that's going on at the moment is my brother is actually coming today. I don't actually have very long to record videos. In fact, I've got about maybe an hour, and then I'm going around to see him. He's coming down for a few days, so it's going to be interesting. I think I did tell you guys, didn't I, very quickly in my last two videos that he's told me he's having a son. But man, I got to reiterate that because that's massive, that's huge. I'm gonna have a nephew, guys. I'm gonna be an uncle. How crazy is that? You know, I could have imagined that several years ago. It's just fucking nuts. Oh God, it's gonna be an interesting experience, I think. You know, to see what kind of uncle I actually end up being. If I'll be like a cool uncle that he really likes, or if I'll just be a weird uncle that he wants to avoid. I don't know. Because I'm not going to change who I am for my nephew. You know, I'll still be like a bit fucking weird and wacky and say random shit about jokes on the internet, memes. You know, that's literally, you guys don't know what I'm like off video, right? But I'm not much different than I am on video. You know, I'm quite genuine when I do commentary. I'm very flustered half the time when I do commentary, though. A lot of this shit, that's basically, it's kind of, it's a side effect of not doing commentary for a while, but it's also just that I do genuinely not know what to talk about sometimes, and my mind works at a million miles an hour when I am commentating, so there's a million different topics in my head, and I get a bit lost in mid-sentence. I'll be talking about one topic, and then another topic will suddenly pop into my head, and I'm like, should I talk about that, or should I keep on with my conversation I'm currently talking about? It's the thing about having, like, ADHD, like, to an extent, is that you do have this kind of weird fast track mind where you're thinking about a million things at once, and it makes it hard to focus on any one thing. So I do struggle with it, and for a while I was I think in control of it with my commentary on YouTube, but it's come back to me now, and I've kind of got to deal with it until I can get used to doing commentary with a little bit more of a relaxed atmosphere to it again. But until then, you know, I do somehow manage to get through. I do manage to have interesting conversations and talk about interesting topics sometimes. It does happen. Like how I've been researching Elder Scrolls again, because I just can't help myself half the time. Like, I genuinely can't help myself half the time. I end up going on the wiki and just reading lore. I'm a fucking lore... What do they call it? Like a lore lit? Like, I just hate the fact that, like, I can't remember everything about the Elder Scrolls lore. There's so much information. It's like all those people who are obsessed with J.R.R. Tolkien's world, the Lord of the Rings world, because it has so much lore to it. Not that anybody's particularly happy about how new writers have taken it in shows like War of the Rings or whatever it's called, or Rings of Power, sorry. I don't think anybody likes that show. It's just problematic, man. There's too many of these people who think that they can get away with, like, taking these classic shows. Like, I was literally having this conversation earlier on today. Someone talking about how the modern Star Trek is shit compared to classic Star Trek. Hold on, I'm gonna do something that I haven't done yet, which is I'm going to use one of my... There we go, teleport to the College of Winterhold. I'm gonna favourite that, actually, because that's gonna be very, very useful. There we go. Teleport to the College of Winterhold. You can literally teleport from anywhere, even in the depths of the midden, and it puts you straight into the college. Fucking fantastic. God, what a fucking nightmare this game can be sometimes. Yes, so Star Trek, the new stuff, is not very good. It does seem to be that that's the way with a lot of things, though. The new Star Wars wasn't very good, the new Star Trek isn't very good. The superhero genre has absolutely fucking caved this year. That's been a huge thing, that's like a huge development. All of the superhero movies are basically bombed, except for Across the Spider-Verse, which I still haven't seen, by the way. I need to watch that. So it's going to be interesting to see how the future pans out with regards to superhero movies, because we know Marvel has this whole what do they call it, like the phases, you know, they obviously want to do tons more movies, and they've got this big bad villain at the moment. After Thanos, it became this black fella whose name I can't remember, the actor's name, but he plays I forget what his character's name is in the universe. I fucking haven't watched the movies in a while. I haven't really watched a Marvel movie since I don't know, I guess Guardians of the Galaxy, maybe. I don't know, man. It becomes hard to keep track. There's so many fucking Marvel movies. I've gotten tired of it, and I think a lot of people have. I've gotten tired with a lot of modern shows as well. They just go on forever, and they lose track of their plots and their established rules. Like, I'm a stickler for rules, okay, when it comes to watching TV shows and movies, right? I want my worlds that I envelop myself into to have established rules that they don't break, right? I've watched a lot of reviews about movies like the new Star Wars and things like that have helped me to establish this level of understanding that I didn't quite have before about movies, where you know it, but you don't really think about it, which is that when you're watching a film establishes a series of rules, and if it turns into a series like a lot of films do, like John Wick, for example, if you get to a certain point in your series and established rules from the previous entries in the series are broken or confounded in some way, it completely breaks the entire immersion that you had in the series and in the characters. Like, talking about John Wick, we always knew John Wick was a really sort of powerful, well, not powerful, that's not the right word, a really strong, really skilled hitman, you know, and he obviously was known as the Baba Yaga in the first one because, well, he killed apparently not millions, he killed tons of people in order to get out of the hitman business, to settle down and have a life with his wife. And then his wife died and his dog gets killed and he gets dragged back into the hitman business. But it doesn't really breach certain rules. You know, he is very skilled and he doesn't take a lot of damage throughout the entire first film until the very end, when he takes some really serious damage, and it actually does have an effect on his ability to fire, which means his fight with an old man at the end of the film is actually quite realistic, because even though he's a very skilled hitman who should be able to kill that guy no problem, he's taken a lot of damage. But as the movies progress, and especially in this fourth movie, it's just taken it to a ridiculous level. You know, he's got like armor on his suit, he's putting his arm up and blocking bullets, and it's just like, that's the most ridiculous shit. Like, you know, I know everybody wants loads of action and, you know, they want all this ridiculous shit to happen, and I get that, you know, it's John Wick and you want it to be bigger and badder, but that need to make it bigger and badder also allows writers to sort of breach and work their way around established rules, which kind of ruins the emotional investment you have in the universe and in the characters. You know, why would I care about John Wick when I know that he can't die? Except, of course, that expectation was completely subverted at the end of John Wick 4 when he apparently dies. So it's just kind of, yeah, it's weird. And it's the same with a lot of modern movies. A lot of modern movies do the same thing. They tend to breach their own established rules in previous universes. I mean, Star Wars is one of the biggest offenders with that. They absolutely ripped apart established rules of the Star Wars universe that were established in prior films, like the fact that humans couldn't live in space or breathe in space and stuff like that. And then Leia just gets sucked out into space and then Jedis herself back into the spaceship, which people have tried to defend adamantly for years. You know, the hardcore, die-hard fans have tried to defend it for years, and it is just non-defensible. It is non-defensible. It's established law that no one survives in space, not even Jedi. Doesn't matter if Leia learned a cute little Jedi trick or whatever, you know, she could not survive in space. It makes no sense. And it would have been a lot more impactful for Leia to have died there anyway. You know, she dies later in the film anyway, and it doesn't really have as much of an impact as it would have if she died in that scene, you know. And then, of course, there's also the Luke thing with him projecting himself onto that planet to fight Kylo Ren. And it's the most weak death I've ever seen in anything. It completely has no emotional value whatsoever. I've just spent this whole fucking video rambling. Like, this whole episode is just rambling. And I already have an episode called The Rambler. So, this is just The Rambler Part 2. God. I don't get to talk much about how I really feel about certain things, because sometimes I feel like that can isolate a lot of people listening, if anybody wants to listen, or if anybody is intending on watching these in the future at some point. So I want to know, like, well, I wish I knew, sorry, like, what people want to hear. Because I just want to talk about stuff that interests me and stuff that gets me going, you know, stuff that grinds my gears and all that. And I just don't get to do that often. Find the ruins of Mazolf. What else can you tell me about the staff of Magnus? Focus on the game for 2 seconds, because we've already been recording for over 20 minutes. So I have to stop very shortly. I'm going to have to stop at 25 minutes. Oh god, yeah, the staff of Magnus. I have to go to Mazolft, which is the fucking underground place. Oh, Jesus Christ. Where can I learn new spells? What's expected of me? What do you know about the Sijic Order? Where can I learn? Well, that depends on what you're looking for. Feralda can teach destruction. Offers training in that school. Finis is one of the best conjurers. Okay, so are there people in here that I can talk to buy spells and stuff? Because I want to know, like, who I can buy stuff. Oh, that's Arniel. He's got a special quest at some point later. Mirabelle.
Have you managed to
where can I learn new spells? No, you do not sell what I'm looking for. You are not the droid I'm looking for, evidently. Bit of Star Wars. I've actually been playing Lego Lego Indiana Jones.
I think
Nerea.
It's lies. All of it. I don't care what she told
What the fuck are you talking about? Jesus.
Lies.
I've been playing Lego Indiana Jones, trying to 100% it. I've got like Lego Star Wars, Lego Hobbit, Lego Batman.
No.
Oh god.
Gotten to you yet, but she
What's going on here? What's your problem with Feralda? My problem with her? She's the one who has a problem with me. She's threatened by me, by my skills as a wizard. Look, man, I will deal with your shit later, okay? I will come back to you at a later date. I don't have time for you right now. I'm actually kind of trying to just find a place where I can buy spells, if at all. In fact, it might be cool to go check out that other realm at this point in time, like the one near Whiterun, because, well, I mean, I haven't actually got in there really. I did take a quick peek at one point, I believe, but I didn't actually properly look around. So maybe that could be the next episode. What did we even do this episode? We just ranted and we found the Augur of Dunlain. We did a little talking, did a little trolling, you know, as the phrase goes. Oh man. So okay, I don't... Right, so what are we doing now? We have to find the ruins of Mazolft, which is in that direction somewhere. Hold on, we can have a look. Oh, it's over there. Oh, Jesus. Okay, we have to go to Windhelm and then find the ruins of Mazolft over there. That's a bit of a pain. But we can do that. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to Whiterun in the next episode, and I'm going to have a little look in the place that's been added by Fendrick's Magic Mod, and then we'll go from there. We'll take the stable, not the stable, the horse and cart over to Windhelm, and then we'll make our way to Resolved, because you know it's got to be done. You know, I mean, I know I said last episode, or maybe it was the episode before, that I'd like to, or that I've been thinking about maybe doing something else other than the College of Winterhold. But this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm on. I've got to finish it. I've got to become the Archmage, and then we can work our way forward from there. Because there's plenty to do in Skyrim, and there's plenty of time to do it. So that's it for this video. I think I'm gonna leave you there. I'm gonna love you and leave you for this part. And I will see you in the next part when we take a little TP to Whiterun, and we have a look around the Fendrick's world. Wow. God, you can see really fucking far, can't you? Jesus Christ, it's a really long way. God. Oh, wow. I mean, what you can see here of the fucking, what they've built here as well. Holy shit, that's cool. All the houses on the cliffside and shit. Man, that's neat. That's just neat, bros. Hold on, can I? Oh, hold on. Oh, shit. There we go. Can have a little look down. Whoa. Fucking house down there. House down there. Man. Yeah, that is some world building mod right there. Holy shit. Have I actually looked down here before? Oh, god damn it. There's not really anything down there. Unfortunate. Alright, that's it. Fine. I'm done. Alright, see you guys next time. Bye!